Today's video, we're going to talk about, does Google give you worse traffic at the beginning of launching a new account or even a new campaign? And also, if they just don't particularly like you. The answer to that question is, in both scenarios, yes, absolutely they do. And I'm going to explain why that is and how to prevent this. Given that everybody has the capability to get on the Google's good side, so where they don't want to do anything to you in particular, or at least minimize the damage of Google when you are starting out in an ad account in particular, how much bad traffic they're going to give you before they give you good traffic. The better job you do as an advertiser, the more quickly they're going to give you better quality traffic. I've got a chart here that's going to demonstrate how the buildup of your traffic quality is going to go when you launch that new account with new campaign. Given that I have a case, this is real numbers from a kitchen remodeler where I've pulled all the conversion numbers by months and then show you the conversion rate, what kind of conversion rate you get starting out, as well as you get by month 9, given that the conversion rate you get in both sides of the time frame, 0 to 9 months, is totally different, and of which I can reference from another kitchen remodeling account that I ran that's been running for a long time, that we know the conversion rate of the landing page and of the campaign we already getting with the other one. We took essentially here with this case study, the same exact setup, ads, everything, landing page, everything, move you to a new account. And then with that, I tell you how long it even took for the conversion rate to be what it was on the other account that we know we get with the other account already. And that is because it takes time for Google to evaluate what you have is actually good. And they're not going to take data from one account and apply it to another. The more they know about your ad account, the better traffic they can give you if you've set up the right ads and landing pages that actually get the results Google's looking for, that is, help their users at a higher level than your competition, so people want to click on ads more in the future because they got a good experience out of Google Ads. This phenomenon that I just described happens in competitive markets where you generally have 10 to 20 direct competitors on Google search. And this same thing happens for the most part with shopping campaigns, and in basically an indirect way when you run display campaigns and YouTube campaigns even as well in competitive niches. So that, for instance, if you are selling real estate courses, the people that are advertising longer than you and that Google knows, they're going to give them a better quality user and make sure their ad gets shown to a particular user that's a high likelihood of converting the user. They're going to send that user to them first. Then therefore it takes your YouTube campaign longer to get to quality traffic where the conversion rate is profitable to your company. I'm going to go into detail on how this case study works, and therefore you're going to know what to expect when you start up an account. And then this is going to affect how long it's going to take for you to actually make money with Google Ads, so you can be prepared going into it. Given that most people, when they start out Google Ads, they start out with a big smile on their face. They're all so optimistic, and then they click on their ads and then they're sorely disappointed. They think that their bank account was going to explode instantly and they were going to be a billionaire and they were going to be sitting on a beach overnight. Or they thought they were going to get all these leads right away and their skies are going to be busy or whatever. And they didn't have to worry about leads anymore because they knew that they put their credit card into Google Ads. And if it were that easy, of course, everybody would do it. And when everybody knows what Google Ads is, of course, it's going to take more than that to actually get it to work for you. This kitchen remodeler, as I mentioned before, this industry itself, kitchen remodeling, the average actual conversion rate that you will get on a standard Google Ads campaign, which you can Google this and verify it for yourself, is going to be 2 to 3% on average. So 2 to 3% of the clicks that you get are going to turn into a form fill or a phone call. Now, we had a campaign that we ran in the kitchen remodeling space already for years that we know converts at 7 to 10%. So we're basically tripling that, which you can easily do because most people like to spend $500 on their landing page and their campaign setup and call it like they've invested in that. In a market where they're expected to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in profit, that was going to be really what it took. Or they used AI to generate it all, which is dumb. You're not going to compete your competitors in a competitive market and doing that. But you set it up right. But you launch it in your ad account, you're not going to get what you think you deserve out of it, now that you've invested big money into it to have really good ads with really good click-through rates, really good landing pages with really good conversion rates. You're not going to get what you expect out of it right away. You have to invest into ad spend with Google in order for them to evaluate it, and then you get the high conversion rate. It's the same thing with how much you're going to be charged per click, by the way, which goes the other way. So instead of it taking longer to get a higher conversion rate, it takes longer to get a lower cost per click. And I'm going to talk about that also a little bit in this video as well. But with this kitchen remodeler, brand new account, because naturally, if I'm going to try to make more money in a market, I will be able to take everything that I've done in that market and just set up a new account targeting the same keywords. Technically, this is double serving. I'm admitting to it here, but it's another way to get extra leads. You're not going to make more money competing against yourself, and for the most part, that's true. But there's a point where you literally just cannot, there's nothing else you can do to make your stuff better. And you will actually make a little bit more money running a second account. So you have, instead of one ad on the top of Google, you got two. And in particular, because you could actually pitch a little bit differently in each scenario. So if you know there's two main selling points that people are looking for out of a kitchen remodeler, you could have one ad that says one point, one that says another. We did that. So practically speaking, this is not the exact same campaign we ran, but 98% of it is the same for all practical purposes here. So with that said, took this account, the landing page design being basically the same, tweaked it slightly. How long did it take for our conversion rates to be at our 7 to 10% range that we had with our original account that we built up over years already in the new account? The answer to that question is about 9 months. And that is, by the way, running about a $5,000 a month ad budget. So we're talking about 75,000 in terms of ad spend in. We're now at our conversion rate where the real money comes in, the real profit. And for that matter, the first couple months, we get 0% conversion rate on the clicks that we got, literally. Part of that has to do with we weren't getting very many clicks, so there wasn't very many clicks for Google to evaluate us on anyway, which is another issue, right? In a competitive market like this, it's very hard to even get any clicks at all. It could take months to even get any click, unless you're gonna really ramp up your bid. But on the clicks that we got, the 10 to 20 clicks we got, 0% conversion rate. It took us until the third month to actually get any leads at all with our campaign. And we were at a 2.3% conversion rate. Then the fourth month, we were at 1.9. Fifth month, we were at 3.8. Sixth month, we're at 3.7. Seventh month, we're at 6.2. Eighth month, we're at 4.3. Ninth month, we are at 7.1. So we just barely got into the range where we're at with our old account at month 9 of the process. And whereas it wasn't a full 50 grand that we spent, it was very close to that because some months we spent more than that, the 5 grand. That already demonstrates just how long it takes to get a decent conversion rate in your space and for what merit your landing pages have, how long it actually takes to get the conversion rate that you expect, because Google is going to hold back the quality of the traffic that you're getting and give you instead poor quality traffic because they can. Ultimately, and this comes down to simply because when Google has 10 or 20 advertisers to pick from, which you will know if they do, because you can go into your auction insights report on your Google Ads account and see how many people are competing against you, they can be picky about who they show and who they don't show. And Google, with all the data that they have on all their users who use Google, with Google apps on their phone that they can spy on what they're saying and what they're typing, data that they buy from third parties, data broker companies, apps, see what websites they visit with Google Chrome. They know more about people than they know about themselves. They also know what kind of searches you made about that niche you're in beforehand and estimate the statistical probability of that person converting or not when they made that search in real time, in essence. So that they get to decide at that moment when that person searches that's, let's say, 79% likely to convert, they get to decide if these 4 guys ad show or these 4 guys or these 4 guys or these 4 guys. And guess whose ad gets to show for that guy who's very likely to convert? It's the advertisers they want to encourage to stay around. And those advertisers are the people that have the best click-through rates and conversion rates and reviews overall, because that indicates to Google that people like these advertisers' offers and makes it more likely that people that are seeing their ads are going to be likely to click on ads in the future again. At that point in time, you've either done the work ahead of time to be evaluated by Google, seen as a top advertiser, and get shown, or you're not and you won't. And it's really that simple. So at the beginning, instead of getting mostly good quality traffic from Google, you're going to get the bottom of the barrel traffic from Google, and your conversion rates are going to be completely in the gutter. If we would have had a crappy landing page, like most people know how to put together, we wouldn't have got no 2.3% click-through conversion rate on month 3. It would have been like 0.5%, which is definitely never going to make you money. And it would have took 9 to 12 months before we even got to break even on our ads, if we did it all. Ultimately, this is what you are in for when you start advertising with Google Ads. You got to be prepared for it going in, knowing in a competitive market, it's going to take some money to get your campaigns evaluated by Google so that you can actually get the conversion rate that is going to make you a profit after expenses at the end of the day. The other end of it, of course, are your cost per click as well, because the cost per click shows an inverse correlation about 3 to 4 times slower. Instead of what you see here with this measuring conversion rate, if we were to chart out cost per click, it would be the data would go the other way. Our chart would show our cost per click going down, assuming we have an ad and landing page combination that's better than our competition and seen by Google that way. Not what we think, but what Google actually measures in terms of click-through rate, conversion rate. You're going to see your cost per click go down over time, but it's going to go down way slower than the conversion rate's going to go up. Whereas you can be in a competitive market and get mostly good traffic by the 9 to 12 months range. It really depends on how much you're spending to gather, therefore how quickly you're going to gather data. Also, the cost per click in your market on average, given that the higher the cost per click, the less clicks you get. And it's not based upon time, but the amount of clicks that you need, because you need a certain amount of clicks for the algorithm to study what you have. Ultimately, it could easily take 36 months to get a really rock bottom cost per click in the bottom end of the range on Google Keyword Planner. Because you could go to Google Keyword Planner and type in your keywords, and there'll be a high end of the range and a low end of the range. The low end of the range is usually 5 to 10 times cheaper than the high end of the range, usually 8 to 10 times cheaper. In the kitchen remodeling space, you could pay $50 a click, or you could pay $8 a click, and that is determined on your ability to have as an advertiser, or whether you're going to pay somebody who knows what the hell they're doing or not. And that's the difference between making a ton of money and making none. But I can tell you, in this same market, it took us 36 months to get our cost per click down to the low end of the range. That's how long it takes to get the cost per click down. While you start advertising, the more you advertise, the longer you've advertised, if you've had the right foundation, that is the right ad, the right landing page there to advertise, your conversion rate goes up while your cost per click goes down. Your conversion rate goes up quicker than the cost per click goes down. That's generally speaking what you should expect going in, and it can easily take 6 to 12 months before you're profitable if you don't have the best of the best everything. And even if you do have the best of the best everything, it can take 3 to 6 months still for you to make money and make profit at a baseline level. You always are set with a decision to make for yourself. Do I want to be worked to death here and make money quicker? Or do I want to be lazy and spend a lot of money to be lazy? You could do the bare minimum with your ads and let Google not give you quality traffic at all, or very slowly. And the traffic that you do get, that's in terms of the quality you do get from Google, it takes longer to get it. Or you could do more to set up your ads the right way to beat your actual competition, and it takes the least amount of time to get quality traffic from Google in your niche market. If Google picks up that your ads don't perform well, just never get quality traffic from Google. And you'll never see the chart that I showed you here, where the conversion rate gets higher and higher, and it actually gets to be decent and actually higher than what the average conversion rate that other people in your niche are getting. And that is measured again on click-through rate, conversion rate, and then also reviews, which I didn't talk too much about in this video. That's also a factor, because Google, as does Facebook nowadays, they actually are going to pay attention to whether the customers you're serving are helped or not, because that affects whether people want to click on ads in the future. Facebook does it through customer surveys primarily, but they do that based upon negative comments on your page, on your ad, stuff like this. On Google, from what I can tell at least, the primary way they're judging your reputation in terms of how much can you deliver once you get a client or customer is the Google reviews themselves, mainly because enough people use that. I don't think they have to do much else besides that. I've never seen that they do customer surveys of any type. Your 100% goal up front is to get the best ad, best landing page in your space, so that they'll give you the quality traffic. And at least once you invest in some money up front, it's really just an investment into the multi-million-dollar campaign that you're looking for. Once enough money's been spent on ads for Google to give you the quality traffic. But then you also have to focus on, how do I get 90+% positive reviews on Google, given that if you get less than that, that's going to affect your ad rank, and therefore, in effect, how much quality traffic Google's going to want to give you. Are they going to give you all quality traffic? Some? Because there's different levels to this as well. If you're the top 20% of advertisers in terms of click-through rate, conversion rate, reviews, then, and 80% of that is CTR conversions, by the way, they're going to give you 80-90% qualified quality traffic. There'll be some junk in there, but not much. If you're in the middle of the pack in terms of click-through rate and conversion rate, you're going to be getting like 40-50% qualified traffic. And if you are, of course, in the bottom third, we'll just say 80% of your traffic, 90% of your traffic is going to be non-qualified. They'll see they can keep you around by sending you all the traffic that they have to sell to somebody anyway. And if you'll take it, they'll keep sending it to you. Why? Because they know they got to sell it to somebody, so they want to make money on that traffic nobody wants anyway. But also, if you do leave, they're not losing anything because they already have people to show in the best spots anyway on Google. And there'll probably be another guy coming around next month who thinks he's going to be a millionaire with Google ads, setting up their ads. In 5 minutes, he can set up a multi-million-dollar campaign. Focus on your reviews as well. If you have any questions, by the way, about anything I'm covering here, you can leave a comment below. I can get back to you. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or comment on this channel, usually within 24 hours. In addition to that, I've got a Discord group. You can reach out to me through my Discord group. Link is in the description of this video, and I'm available there as well to answer questions. You can also reach out to me through my site at guaranteedppc.com/blog or guaranteedppc.com. On and through my site, by the way, I offer coaching and consulting. I also offer done-for-you PPC services where I manage Google ads, Facebook ads, all online ads, and we guarantee a result on your campaigns up front that is in excess of the management fee that we charge. So we raise your profitability of your ads a certain minimum amount so that you're making more money than what you're even paying us. And then we'll start charging management fees. So that's our primary service. And then of course we have ad templates available as well. If you're in a niche market that we've been in already, we can sell you the winning ads, landing pages, all of it that work for your niche market. Then copy everything we have that works in your market in another city or country that you're in your account and get the same results that we got. And I can tell you the results you would get with it up front. So if you're interested in that, also let me know. You can reach out to me through my site for that. In addition to that, by the way, if you haven't subscribed, take a minute to subscribe. This is the best information you're going to find online about how to make money with ads, given that I spend 40 hours a week just doing ad strategy at a firm on dozens of accounts. A lot of what I talk about is on my blog as well. You should check that out as well if you haven't yet and you like the channel. You can find my blog at guaranteedppc.com/blog. For that matter, going into the summary on what I was mentioning here. Ultimately, you could have the best ads, best landing pages in the world. You launch it, it's never going to be, generally speaking, profitable if you've got competitors. We'll say 4 or more competitors in your market, or should I say again, above 4 competitors in your market, because Google's going to show the 4 people there before you. They'll slowly test you out and give you a little bit of impressions on the quality traffic that's coming through, but very, very slowly at first. And so most of your traffic's not going to be the quality traffic you want. And therefore, you can't expect the conversion rates that you need to be profitable. And that's just how it is. So it's very discouraging that you've got to invest thousands of dollars if you want to set up the right funnel, ads, landing pages, all of it, or roll up your sleeves and figure out how to do it yourself from watching these videos and setting it up yourself. And then on top of that, have to throw a bunch of money at ad spend just for the algorithm to test what you got, and then you can make money. But that's how it is with Google Ads, the system nowadays. For me, I love it. Because if I'm going to get into a market, I know that once I'm on the other side of this evaluation system, that I'm going to be perched at the top and nobody's going to be touching me. I'm going to see new guys coming in every 90 days or so, trying it, quitting. Another guy comes in, tries, quits. Another guy comes in, tries, quits. And you're going to see this for yourself. Just watch the ad space for long enough. You'll see this as well. 90% of people who try Google Ads never make any money with it because they think they're geniuses, that they put the credit card in the system and spent 5 minutes setting up their ads, and that was going to make them a billionaire already. And it's the default thinking, which when I started out 20 years ago, I thought it too. So I'm not trying to be all high and mighty and pompous here. It's just how it works. You have to learn it's not easy before it can make money for you. And once you get there, you finally admit it to yourself and you haven't quit before then, you can start making money. Once you, of course, set up the right system, evaluated it through Google, and now you're making money. With that said, I'll wrap it up with that. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. If you want to see another video, click here. It is one of my best ones.